Namaste. Welcome to Flow and Restore Yoga with a guided 10 minutes of meditation at the end. For this practice, you want to have 2 blocks, a strap, a blanket, a bolster, a pillow, and welcome. My name is Michelle. Let's start in a comfortable seat of your choice. You may find it helpful to prop your pelvis up on any one of your props so that you can elevate your pelvis, especially if you're choosing to sit with your legs crossed, so that allows your knees to drop open below the pelvis more easily. So for those of you who are our northern hemisphere friends, we're right in the middle of summer, the heat of summer. And as I mentioned in our summer solstice practice, the element of the earth that is predominant at this time is fire. So today, our focus in our practice is balancing our inner fire. And that inner fire can be perceived in many ways. So this has a lot to do with your solar plexus energy center, which sits around this area, which is your upper belly, your mid back near your kidneys. And in Sanskrit, this energy center is called Manipura chakra. And the color vibration associated with it is yellow, like the fiery sun, because you can consider this as well as your inner sun, your solar power. Here are some questions to help reflect on how energy is flowing here for you right now. How motivated are you feeling these days to pursue your goals, to take action towards your goals? What is your relationship to your ego? When you hear the ego speaking of ways to protect you or whatever conditioning might arise, are you completely identified with the voice of your ego, or are you able to practice discernment and let go of thoughts that are not serving your well-being? Inner fire also has to do with digestion. So how are you digesting nourishment these days? Physically, food that you eat, how well is your digestion flowing? And also energetically, how well are you digesting the stimuli that you're feeding your senses with? The media that you watch, the company that you keep, the people around you, the conversations that you have, what you stimulate your brain with, like what you read, all kinds of things that affect your energy. How are they affecting your energy? Are you feeling depleted? Are you feeling energized? Are you allowing yourself a balance of doing as well as just being in stillness and resting? So here are just a few things to consider as you're assessing how your Manipura chakra energy is flowing, your solar plexus center. In our physical practice today, we'll start with cultivating that fire and just sensing how does it show up when you stoke your inner fire. Some of us who are very fire oriented already might feel an excess of fire. You might feel over assertive, maybe even aggressive in how you approach your physical practice. Be kind to yourself when you notice. Some of us might feel really lethargic and counter fire, meaning like there's a depletion of that energy. So without judging yourself, without judging it as good or bad, be with what is and work with what is, bringing yourself more towards that state of balance. So let's begin by checking in with the body. Notice any sensations you're feeling in your body right now. Even tune into your upper belly, mid-back. Do you notice anything physically or through felt sense in that region? Notice the quality of your natural breath. Does it feel full or shallow? How does your energy feel overall right now? And then notice your mind and emotional state. What kinds of things have you been focusing on today, giving your attention and thus giving your energy? Let in a deeper breath through your nose. Exhale slowly through your mouth. Inhale a little deeper through the nose. Slower exhale through the mouth. And just like that, continue to deepen your breath and invite you to call to mind something that you appreciate in this moment. Bring ourselves to the heart center through gratitude. From there, clarify your intention for this practice. What are you inviting into your experience or wanting to color your perception with? And then I invite you to choose someone or something like a community or cause to dedicate this practice to today. A way of making an offering of your efforts and extending it to benefit beyond our individual selves. And with the heart of gratitude and honoring our interbeing, let's create resonance by chanting together 3 ohms. Closing the lips, continue to breathe in and out through the nose. Invite you to place your hands on your belly, upper and lower belly, and focus on breathing into your stomach. As you exhale, draw your navel in towards the spine. Consider continuing taking long, slow belly breaths, or if you're not pregnant and it feels okay to do so, prepare to practice 1 minute of breath of fire, Kapalabhati Pranayama. And that's where you close the lips and exhale percussively, short, quick exhalations through the nose as you bounce the belly in towards the spine like this. It's a style of breathing that creates more of that fire as well as the fire of digestion, Agni. So it stimulates a digestive flow and internal heat. So do what you can to sustain a brisk pace that you can maintain for 1 minute. And at the end of the minute, I'll invite you to take a deep breath into the nose, and we'll hold the breath for as long as you comfortably can. And as we hold the breath, I'll invite you into energy locks in which you lift your pelvic floor, you draw your lower belly in and up towards the heart. And then you close the chin towards the chest, closing off the throat while lengthening the back of the neck. These are 3 energy locks. Holding in the energy as you hold the breath. And then when you can't hold the breath anymore, comfortably, we'll exhale through the mouth, undo the locks, and just sit in what you're feeling, observing what you're feeling. Okay, so either continue slow breaths in and out through the nose, or you can have your hands on your stomach to feel the belly bounce in, close the lips, and for 1 minute, practice breath of fire, begin. As you practice, you might close the eyes and steady your inner gaze towards your third eye center, Ajna chakra, towards the middle of the brain. It's just a way to tune in and help you focus. Remember, lips are closed, only breathing through the nose. We have 20 seconds left. Taking a deep breath, hold it in at the top for as long as you comfortably can while lifting your pelvic floor, drawing your navel in and up towards the heart and closing the chin towards the chest. Imagine lifting energy from your root center at the base of your spine all the way up through the solar plexus, all the way up to your crown center. When you can't hold the breath anymore, exhale through the mouth and relax your whole body. Breathe naturally and observe anything that you're feeling. To lead us into our movements and asanas, let's begin practicing Ujjayi Pranayama, victorious breathing. So closing your lips, softly narrow the back of your throat. Invite a very gentle whispering sound as you breathe evenly and slowly in and out through your nose. Take your time to slowly fill up as much as you can to the top of the breath, and to lengthen the exhalation just as slowly, feel the very bottom of the breath. So taking your time and listening to that rhythm, please make your way into all fours, hands and knees. Let's start to bring some movement into the spine, which will also stretch and contract the area of your solar plexus in cat-cow. So breathing in, glide your chest forward, roll the shoulders down and look up, stretching the front of the belly. Breathing out, contract your abdomen, drop your head and round the back. Again, inhale, draw your chest forward, roll your shoulders behind you, gaze up, cow pose. Exhale, lift the navel, drop your head slowly, round the back, cat pose. Continue another 3 cycles of Betalasana, cat-cow to your breath. At the end of your third exhalation, step into your version of plank pose, top of a push-up, where the knees stay on the ground or your legs are straight and you're actively pressing your inner heels back. Engage your belly, wrap your triceps, outer upper arms towards the back wall and lengthen your neck. Gaze on the ground just ahead of your thumbs. Full inhalation. Keep lifting the belly and lengthening the spine. As you exhale, glide forward as far as you can. Graze your elbows by your side ribs. Bend the elbows 90 degrees, halfway down, Chaturanga Dandasana. And then lower all the way down. Press down through the tops of your feet. Inhale, Cobra. Draw the shoulder heads back and broaden your chest. Tuck your toes. Exhale, press up to plank pose. Then lift the hips, downward facing dog. Spend about 5 breaths pedaling your feet in place, shaking and nodding your head, any movements that allow you to feel looser in your body. Listen to your breath. We're going to enter a little flow, moving to the breath. Keep your hips leveled in height. Inhale, raise your right leg behind you. As you exhale, cross the knee to tap your left elbow. Twisting in plank, stack your shoulders evenly above your wrists. Step your right foot lightly beside your right thumb. Lower your left knee. Press to your feet. Inhale, sweep the arms into a kneeling lunge. Coil your chest up. Then exhale, backstroke the hands to the floor. Step into plank pose. Pause in plank, lift the navel towards the spine. Exhale, shift forward. Raise your elbows by your ribs, lower all the way. Inhale, cobra. Draw your shoulder heads back. Tuck the toes. Exhale, firm the belly, press up to plank. Lift your hips, downward facing duck. Keep the hips leveled. Inhale, raise your left leg back. Exhale, cross the knee to tap your right elbow, twisting in plank. Try not to twist at your shoulders. Step the foot beside your left thumb. Lower your right knee, press through the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up, coil your chest up. Exhale, backstroke your arms, hands to plank pose, step back. Inhale in plank, lengthen through the crown of your head and tailbone. Exhale, shift forward, pause in Chaturanga Dandasana, which is halfway down. Then choose cobra or flip the toes here and inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, engage your belly to lift the hips back. Downward facing dog. Let the body be still as you steady your gaze for 3 slow breaths. Bend the knees, look forward, empty this breath, then walk or float to the top of your mat. Press your shins, ground, or blocks. Inhale, lengthen your spine to half forward fold. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the sky, saluting the sun as you lift the heart towards it. Exhale, join your hands in prayer from your crown to your heart center. Step your feet together to touch. Let's prepare for sun salutation B. Inhale, bend your knees together. Sit back towards your heels in chair pose, lifting the arms. Exhale, shift your weight forward and fold, Uttanasana. Press your hands into your legs, floor blocks. Inhale, lengthen forward. Step into plank pose, or if you practice it, lightly jump to Chaturanga. Take it to your vinyasa, inhaling cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, keep your hips leveled. Inhale, raise your right leg back. Exhale, draw the knee towards your nose. Lift the belly, round the back in plank. Then quietly as you can, step the foot beside your right thumb. Lower your left heel. Inhale, rise to stand in warrior 1. Exhale, lower to plank. Continue down into your vinyasa. From downward facing dog, keep your hips balanced. Inhale, raise your left leg back. Exhale, bend the knee high towards your nose. Contract the belly, round and plank. Quietly as you can, step the foot beside your left thumb and drop your right heel. Inhale, rise into Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale all the way down into your vinyasa. Listen to the breath. Downward facing dog. Cultivate stillness and focus. Be here with 3 deep breaths. When you finish the third, walk or jump lightly to the front of your mat. Let your feet touch. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees to touch. Inhale, chair. Stay in chair. Join your hands at your heart and exhale, twist to your right, twisting chair pose for 5 breaths. Draw your left hip back. Draw the shoulders down the back. As you land your gaze on one focal point, relax your eyes. Sense the quality and energy with which you're breathing. Can you feel a balance here of motivation to take action as well as calm focus? One more breath. Parita Utkatasana. Sit a little lower. Inhale, arms up in chair pose. Exhale, rise up to mountain pose. Second side, inhale, chair. Join your hands. Exhale, begin twisting to your left. Draw the right hip back, spiraling right across your waistline, keeping the hips still and squared. Sit a little lower, inhale, chair. Lower all the way to sit, boat pose. Lift your feet, catch the backs of your knees, and kick your legs forward. Sit tall, draw the navel in. Continue holding your legs or extend the arms forward. Continue bending your knees or straighten the legs. 5 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Imagine that sun at your solar plexus. Exhale, 3. That strength of will. Exhale, 2. Come back to your intention for this practice. Breathe in. And exhale. Set your feet on the ground. Grab a block and by the skinniest width, hug it right between your knees and thighs. Press your feet into the ground apart, as wide apart as the knees, parallel to each other. Extend your arms forward, palms face up. Sit tall, relax the shoulders, and give yourself several breaths to very slowly lower onto your back. When you've lowered your head, bring the arms down to the floor, close to your sides, and ground your shoulders. Slide your feet back until you could almost touch your heels with your fingertips. Press down through your feet, tilt your chin slightly away from your chest, and prepare to lift your pelvis and stay in bridge pose for a count of 7 to 10 deep breaths. We're only practicing this once, and this is our last posture of our Vinyasa flow practice. When you've lifted the hips, walk your upper arms closer together under your back ribs and keep your arms straight, maybe interlacing the fingers. Full breaths. Breathe into your solar plexus and your heart center. Stretch the fronts of your thighs forward, but keep your feet still while you energetically drag your heels back. Spin your inner thighs slightly towards the ground. Can you feel a balance of exerting effort as well as creating ease in this posture? When you're ready, with a slow exhalation, articulate lowering one vertebra at a time from your upper back to your tailbone. Then set the block aside and rock up to sit as we enter the yin portion of our practice. As we're making this transition, pause a moment and check in. What are you feeling right now? What is your energy level? How does your mind feel? Now let's take a pillow or a rolled up blanket shaped like a pillow and place that tracing the midline of your mat all the way up against the top of your mat, the front of the mat. Have your props within reachable distance that you can just grab with your arms as you're sitting with your right outer hip flush against the back edge of that pillow. We're going to be in a restorative spinal twist. Extend your legs both towards your left wall. Keep your right leg there. Then open up your left leg towards your rear wall so that your legs create an L shape. Keep your legs there and place your hands along the left and right sides of the pillow. Then turn your chest completely to face the front of your mat, adjusting your pelvis and legs so that you can easily do that. So you might swivel the right hip towards the rear of the mat while it's still touching the pillow. You might bend the knees. Now, as you inhale, lift your chest and broaden it. Relax the shoulders down. Stretch the front of your torso. Breath by breath, slowly lean forward into the pillow and feel free to add more pillows or blankets if that pillow feels too low to completely lean on, where you're resting everything down, not holding yourself up. So if you want to lie face down, you could place a block or a folded blanket under your forehead. Otherwise, you can turn your head to one side and just make sure when we switch sides in the twist, you turn your head in the opposite direction. Now I'm going to watch the timer. We'll be here for 3 minutes. Tune into your breath. Slow, gentle whispers in and out through your nose. You might already know that spinal twists help to activate flow of energy through your solar plexus energy center, releasing stagnancy in digestion there, as well as stagnancy in the muscles along the spine, like the mid back, the low back. So notice what sensations you're experiencing here now. Continue to sense the breath slowly flowing. Feel the very bottom of the next exhalation before you start to gently move, where you press your hands into the ground and slowly lift your head, leaving the props just as they are. Gradually rise to sit, facing the rear edge of your mat, legs straight in front of you, sitting tall in stick pose, Dandasana. Pause there and let your spine unravel from the twist for about 3 more breaths. So now that we're slowing things down and welcoming more moments of stillness, how is the mind receiving that? Slide your left leg to your left side, so you can create an L shape as your right leg continues to point at the back of your mat. Have your left outer hip touching the back edge of your pillow. As you place your hands along the left and right sides of the pillow, turn your chest completely to face the front of your mat, adjusting your legs and pelvis so that you can easily do that. You might swivel the left hip slightly towards the rear of your mat while it's still touching the pillow. You might bend the knees. As you inhale, fully lift and broaden your chest, open up the front of your torso. Little by little, breath by breath, lower onto your pillow and feel free to adjust it. You might find that one direction of the twist needs a different configuration of props to support you all the way. And then again, rest your attention on the sound waves of your breath as we invite stillness here for 3 minutes. Now empty the next breath before you gently begin to move out, pressing your hands into the ground, lifting your head slowly, and rising up to sit in stick pose once again. Pause there, just tuning in. Notice how your body feels. 3 breaths. I invite you to take your strap, and as you're sitting with your legs in front of you, notice if your back tends to round. If so, take any of your pillow or 2 blocks or blanket to sit on so that you can lengthen the spine more like a flat back. And as you extend your left leg forward, place the ball of the left foot into the strap, whether it's the loop of the strap or the center of it, and turn out your right thigh. Here, let me mirror you. Cross your right thigh as much as you can over your left leg so that maybe you stack your knees down the midline of your body. Kick into the strap with your left foot and pull it gently with your elbows bent. Draw the shoulders down and lift your chest. Slightly engage the belly. Sit tall, breathe in, and then start to extend your chest forward as you bow from the hips, breath by breath, for a total of about 10 more breaths. This posture is called half cow face pose or Ardha Gomukhasana. We're opening up into the outer hips, glutes, and hamstrings while giving the upper belly, the solar plexus region, some compression, which also helps to stimulate digestive flow. As you press down through the hips, inhale, slowly rise, lifting from the chest. Remove the strap and place it around the ball of your right foot. Turn out your left thigh and cross it as much as you can on top of your right. Hold the strap with two hands and kick into it with your right foot flex. Plug your sitting bones down, drop the shoulders, lift the heart, and sit tall as you firm in the belly. Breathe in. Exhale, fold just a little bit from the hips for about 10 breaths, little by little. As you press down through the hips, breathe in to slowly rise. Put the strap aside and let's prepare for a wide-legged forward fold using your pillow just as you had it set up in the spinal twist. So as you straddle the legs apart with a pillow right at your front of your pelvis like this, you can choose to create an incline, placing a block underneath the part of the pillow that is away from your pelvis like this. It can give you a little easier connection to hug the pillow. Or maybe you don't need it that high. Maybe you just need a block. You can decide as you're folding forward how much support you need so that you can really just land your body and not be holding your body up. So take a moment to set up your legs. Slightly flex your feet so you can firm the front muscles of the thighs, give the hamstring support, and with your hands, cup the top of your thighs and rotate your inner thighs back. Plug your sitting bones at the bottom of your glutes into the ground or on a folded blanket. You need to elevate it so you can sit tall, and slightly lift your frontal hip bones. Gauge the belly slightly, lift the chest, relax the shoulders, and as you're bowing breath by breath, try to keep this open space here between your chin and your chest, and try not to round the back. You might round just a little bit when you relax into the pillow or the props, but you don't want to feel like you're tensing the shoulders. We're gonna be here for 4 minutes, so make sure that you are comfortable to be still and you're allowing your body to fully relax. Come back to your breathing. Slow, even breaths through the nose. Empty this breath all the way out, taking your time. Very gradually begin to rise up. Press your hands into the floor. Slowly lift your head all the way up to sit. Sit in a way you can pause for at least 3 breaths in stillness and observe your body and how you're digesting that experience of the last 4 minutes. Before we lower to the ground for our last few postures before Shavasana, I'll invite you into another breathing practice or pranayama, one that helps us to cool off. While our beginning pranayama was breath of fire, this pranayama is specifically to cool ourselves. And we practiced it last class, but I want to make an alteration to refine our practice of Sitali or Sitkari pranayama. And this is a practice of, we're going to inhale through the lips and we'll close the mouth, hold the breath just short, and then we'll exhale softly through the nose. So when you're holding the breath or when you're inhaling through the mouth, you'll feel this cooler temperature air enter your system, and then you're holding it there with the mouth closed. And then you'll exhale through the nasal passages, just feeling that area cool off too. And the mouth is shaped like this. So you either stick out your tongue and fold the left and right walls of the tongue like a taco shape, making a straw out of it like this. Or you close the teeth and have the lips slightly open so you're breathing through your teeth, the gaps in the teeth. So choose which formation of the mouth is more accessible for you. So the taco-shaped tongue like this, or lips slightly open, teeth closed, and you're inhaling through the gaps in the teeth. And then we'll close the lips, hold the breath in for just a gentle few counts, and then we'll exhale slowly through the nose. So let's try this 3 times together and 3 times on your own, and really tune into any sensations, what comes up for you as you're practicing. So sitting tall, you might close the eyes, you might rest the thumb and first fingers to touch, palms face down to invite a feeling of grounding, palms face up to help tune deeper inward. Exhale this breath to prepare. Close the teeth or make a taco tongue. Inhale through the mouth. Close the lips, hold the breath. Slowly through the nose, exhale. Round 2, inhale through the teeth or the tongue. Close the mouth, hold the breath. Exhale through the nose. Last one together. Inhale through tongue or teeth. Close the mouth, hold the breath. Exhale through nose. On your own, continue 3 more rounds. And when you finish, breathing naturally, observe anything you feel. As you continue to breathe naturally, I'll invite you to set up for supported fish pose, which will open up the area of the solar plexus as well as the fronts of the shoulders and the heart center. So you can either set up similarly an inclined pillow with a block at the furthest end so that you can lie back into this recliner, or two blocks, one behind the head on the medium or tallest height, and one just beneath the bottom tips of the shoulder blades on the medium height, crossing the mat or tracing the midline of the mat. So when you lie back, you can see what feels more comfortable in your body so that you can be still and relaxed for about 4 minutes and maybe into Shavasana. Make sure that your shoulders are releasing down into the space between the two blocks if you're using that configuration. And roll your shoulders back. Walk the shoulder blades down your back ribs and turn your palms to face up, resting the backs of your hands on the ground beside your legs. Now with your legs, you can either bend your knees apart and bring the soles of your feet together to touch, or you can step the feet on the ground wider apart than hips distance and drop your bent knees together to touch. This can help open up space across the lower back if you're needing it. Or just stretch the legs forward. You can also place the backs of your knees on a pillow to support your lower back, like this. And then make any last little adjustments so you feel a sense of symmetry along the left and right sides of your body. You might close the eyes and cover them with a towel if you have one. And now let the whole body become still with a feeling of welcoming stillness, not resisting it. Sense the exhalations drawing your body downward towards the center of the earth. Now, as we begin Shavasana, you can choose to stay in the position your body is in, or very gently and slowly remove any props that you don't need to be able to rest completely in stillness for the next few minutes in corpse pose. As you rest in this posture a little bit longer, bring your awareness back to your physical body, sensing how it feels. Little by little, begin to move your fingers, your toes, easing your way onto your right side where you can rest your head and pause there for a few moments. Making a gradual transition from corpse pose is essential. It's tuning in. Notice your breathing. Notice your energy right now. Without rushing to get up, take your time lifting your body slowly. Find a comfortable way to sit for meditation. You might close your eyes. You might join the thumb and index fingers with the palms face up in Gyan Mudra. Sense that your whole body is grounded, alert, relaxed, and open. Bring your awareness to the breath again, just allowing it to naturally flow. Rest your awareness specifically in the place in your body where you can most easily observe the breath flowing. As I mentioned, your solar plexus energy center is about your relationship with your ego as well, and your sense of identity. I perceive the meditation practice as a means of coming home to our true selves, beyond the fluctuations of thoughts and emotions, as we take the seat of that loving awareness, who we truly are. So as you rest your mind's eye on the breath, allow whatever thoughts to come and go as they come and go. Allow whatever sounds and movements to come and go as they come and go. If you're no longer resting your awareness on the breath and you found yourself entangled in a particular thought or sound or movement or sensation or anything, as soon as you notice that, gently unhook yourself and come back to sensing the breath. If you notice that your attention has sustained its focus on the breath, allow yourself to rest deeper inward. Letting the breath be a bridge between your inner and outer worlds. Sense that calm, witnessing energy deeper within you, and maybe rest your awareness there, underneath the breath. This diving deeper inward is like you're going into the bottom of the ocean. The surface of the ocean are the different waves moving, the different thoughts and stimuli coming and going. But as you sink deeper and deeper towards the bottom of the ocean, you notice a sense of quiet, stillness. Where you're no longer identified with the impermanent things that are coming and going. Sensing your mind and any emotions present. As you keep your eyes closed, if they are, gradually begin to expand your awareness from the bottom of the ocean, that deep inward space, to the outer more layers of your being, physical body, sensing the effects of all of your practices of yoga today. And choosing something to offer gratitude for. Remind yourself of what your intention was for this practice. And remember to whom or what you dedicated today's practice. Let's join our voices in chanting Om 3 times. And with that resonance, may all beings be happy and free. And may our thoughts, actions, words contribute to that happiness and freedom. Breathing in. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.